Morning, everybody. Well, it's morning. First thing, let me try to deal with this lighting here, because Jesus. So, I just want to also say two things. One, thank you all for tuning in to the previous video. We've gotten 1,000 views in the span of a day. World record in my book. Well, in my history of YouTubing. And two, if you've seen a live up a live video. I was doing a test on how I can go live on my PlayStation 4. In fact, I bet if you go into my videos, there's still the schedule where it will be upcoming. You can ignore that. So that I don't know how to get rid of. I'll find a way. I'll surely find a way. But what are we gonna talk about today, huh? Well, you ever heard of a little movie called Forrest Gump? Yep, we're going to be taking a look at nearly all the home video releases of Forrest Gump. Had to cut out there, my camera's been acting stupid. But, yeah, we're going to be looking at nearly all the releases of Forrest Gump on home video. Of course, Forrest Gump, made from Paramount Pictures, came out back in 1994. It was, I believe, the third highest grossing movie of the year. Of course, the highest grossing was The Lion King. That became the biggest movie of the year. And of course, people were excited to own it, considering the good reviews and the hefty amount of cash that Paramount collected. So, might as well just continue on. So, the first one we'll look at is, of course, the VHS. The movie came out on VHS on April 27th, 1995, on, of course, VHS and Laserdiscs. What's interesting is that the Laserdisc didn't have any chapters, which is really damn strange. And with the movie selling over 12 million copies, you knew it would become a success. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about with this VHS I have here. It initially had a cardboard slipcover case, the typical of Paramount releases, mostly, aside from their family favorites line. Of course, some other pseudo releases. Most of them were in slipcovers. But if you remember when I did the unboxing video of Monsters University on Blu-ray, I talked about some of the other movies I forgot to show. And this was one of them, and the case was not in the best of shape, so I decided to make my own cover for those much smaller cases, as you may see. So, what I tried to do is to make it look as similar to the original VHS as possible with the highest quality photos I can find. And by that, I basically go to Google Images and find the largest photos. I did take some parts directly from it, including the front cover, of course, the profile on the top there, and the screenshots. So, this wasn't the only time it came on VHS. In 1996, Paramount re-released it in widescreen. So, as you may see up here, this whole sentence here talk about the awards it won. That was from the 1996 VHS. Another thing that's also taken from there is the barcode here. Besides that, I basically tried to make it pretty much the same. Here's the cassette itself. Of course, it looks a little different compared to standard Paramount releases. It also contains a end label. Around that time, Paramount didn't really do much with end labels. I think it was around that time, 95, 96, is when they decided to stop giving customers end labels on the tapes. They did that for quite a while for some of their movies. But yeah, the movie did incredibly well when it premiered on VHS and Laserdisc. But of course, as technology grew in advance, we knew we wanted to get a much better looking version. And well, that leads us to our next version. On August 28th, 2001, the movie was released onto DVD as a special collector's edition. And of course, as part of Paramount's patented widescreen collection series. In fact, all their movies are part of the widescreen collection. So yeah, like it said, it is a 2-disc set, and as you may see, the cover is taken directly from the VHS, adding a few other quirks as well, including the touting of the winner of 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture of 1994. So that's really nice there. Of course, that's the typical Paramount DVD label on the spine. And overall, I believe, well, of course, it doesn't contain the entirety, but all the screenshots are from the VHS as well, just laid out differently. And of course, the talk shows off what's on each disc. As you may see, it has 2 audio commentaries on the first one, which also contains the movie. And on disc 2, it contains all the bonus features. Really nice bonus features, too. Especially the Forrest Gump documentary. Apparently, well, it was initially a TV special. However, they would trim it down for any home video releases. This and an earlier version on VCDs. I think it was called VCDs. It was usable on the Philips CDI. And of course, the benefit of owning this is, of course, it's in widescreen in its original CinemaScope aspect ratio, 2.40:1. I think so. And as it is from 2001, it contains artwork. If you don't recall, Paramount used to do disc artwork from the beginning of DVDs all the way up to 2006, 2007. Yeah, there's disc 1, and here's disc 2. As you can see, there's nearly 2 hours of bonus features. It's still a really nice set. Mine also came with the insert. Talks about scene selection and, of course, the bonus stuff. Here's the back. The DVD is actually still around. In 2006, I believe, they re-released it in smaller packaging. So I do consider you getting that one if you're ever looking to get Forrest Gump on DVD. Or, well, the next one. In November of 2009, the movie was finally released onto Blu-ray for the first time. The version I have here is the later print in 2019, when the movie was re-released not only on Blu-ray in a new fully restored print, but also on 4K, 4K Ultra, as to celebrate the movie's 25th anniversary. As you may see, this is, again, the 2019 Blu-ray. Although, even though I'll talk about that in a moment, but the transfer use here is really nice. No joke. It's crisp. I mean, you can definitely tell it's from film print, but it's a really nicely look film. It's a really nice looking film print. Pardon. And as you may see, it's a 2-disc Blu-ray set. This 2-disc Blu-ray collection includes an all-new digitally remastered Blu-ray film. Basically, talks about the restoration, plus over 3 hours of bonus content, featuring the complete originally released bonus features, and I believe all of them are on here, and then some. The only thing I don't like about this cover is the information set here. It's way too light in terms of color. I would rather put it in the same color to use here on the bottom, with the 2-disc set, and the Blu-ray logo. I'd rather them using this color. Instead, we have this. I mean, you could probably get away with it with a Technicolor logo, but either way, it's still a great set to collect. Well, then on. Unfortunately, of course, it doesn't contain any disc artwork. Of course, this was 2019. Paramount stopped making disc artwork for, a decade now? So, the noble thing about the discs is that, the first disc is brand new. But the second disc is taken directly from its 2009 re-release. Well, the 2009 Blu-ray, as you may see there, it says SDH, basically standard definition. Me, oh, there you go. So, it's still the bonus features though. It's still a great set. And what I like about it is it has a ton of languages. English, French, Spanish, but also Portuguese, and even Japanese. That kind of threw me off for a loop. Because I knew there was a Japanese dub of Forrest Gump because it was released on Laserdisc in Japan. It makes sense since Laserdisc did well over in Japan. So, but now I own a Japanese dub of Forrest, and it's a interesting ride. And there you go. That's the original releases of Forrest Gump. Of course, not counting the 4K edition, which I believe that is still available. In fact, there's a special edition of the 4K where it looks like it's in a box of chocolates. Of course, referencing the movie, likes like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. It's a really nice packaging. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. It's definitely gonna be a much shorter video, but I took all my energy out in the previous videos I've done, so I might be continuing this kind of trend where I would talk about the many releases of movies that I own onto other pieces of media, DVD, Blu-ray, that stuff. So, hang on tight, it might happen. But till then, hope you'll like, comment, subscribe, and of course check out my social media. Go to my channel and you'll take a look at the links. Till then, enjoy April.